y'all. It's been a little bit of a minute, and today we're going to be talking about real estate. Yeah, so like the title said, I am no longer going to be doing real estate, and this video is just going to be kind of going into why, honestly, just some advice, some lessons that I learned, and just some like takeaways from you guys, because hindsight 2020, I would have done a lot of things differently had I known what I know now. So you can take this advice, you can leave this advice, because I'm not coming to you as someone with like accolades or, you know, with a whole bunch of awards or anything like that. I got a whole bunch of failures. I got a whole bunch of mistakes and lessons. So I just thought I would pass those along to anyone who's looking to get into real estate, anyone who may be in their first year of real estate who's feeling like they're not doing it right and maybe just wants some tips or advice, or anyone who's just, you know, curious and just wants some tea on what it's like to be a real estate agent. So I'm just gonna jump right into it because my battery is low, and I also have a baby, if you've been a part of my channel for a minute, and she is also gonna run low on battery here soon too as well. So yeah, so first, when it comes to real estate and what I would have done differently had I known, is just I would have sat down with myself, made a list of like the people I know, and just solidified a good sphere. And what I mean by that is just like, sphere just means like the people that you have a close personal connection to. And I feel like if I would have done that in the beginning, I would have been able to understand and know what areas of real estate to go into. And so I'll expand in that, and basically what I mean is just like, with that list, I would have written down like, who's my best friend, who's my like the people that I talk to regularly, like actually talk to regularly, not just someone that you met in math class 5 years ago and you sit next to and you still like follow them on Instagram. Like, who are the people that like you could call up today and be like, hey friend, can you do so and so for me? Or who are the family members you could call up today and you actually have a good strong relationship with? I would have written those people down, and then I would have written down next to it like, what stage of life are they in when it comes to ownership and like home ownership? Like, do they own their own home? Are they renting? Are they looking to currently like maybe get into that? Like, if you know them well enough, you should know like financially, can they afford to buy here in the next year, or are they going to be renters here for the next 2 to 3 years? And I would have written that out and gone from there on like what area of real estate would be the best for me, because there's so many different areas of real estate, and I feel like that's where agents can really get lost, and it can really not work out for them in their first year because they think they'll just get into it, and or at least, like I said, thought I would just get into it and figure it out from there. And like, everyone of course wants to be in the luxury space, everyone wants to be in the residential space, and even though you make more money in those spaces, sometimes you're just not ready for those spaces because you just don't have the sphere to do that. So if, like I said, personally, if I had more renter people, more people who are like at that stage in their life where they just financially cannot afford a house right now, but they rent every year, they're ready to move and do that, I would have gone into apartment locating, because that would be better for myself and my sphere. If that list that you have a lot of people, like let's say you own your own home and your sphere is a whole bunch of your neighbors, then you're going to be perfect in the residential space. You'll grow well in the residential space. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage anyone and say that you can't get to that luxury space or get to that area of working with the type of people that you want to. I'm just saying that from my experience, hindsight 2020, like, and from the people that I've surrounded myself and learned from, like, everyone starts at different levels in real estate, and there's no such thing, like, you can grow your business in any level. Like, there have been people who come into real estate from just owning their own business, like, and it wasn't even real estate related. It was like they own their own hair business, they own their own nail business, and they just built a sphere of people. So that would just be my first starting point. If you're looking to get into real estate, like, really just figure out who your people are, who you know, and what actual stages they are in their life, because that's going to help you out a lot, to just kind of figure out where you should even start. So my second point is, don't go into real estate with your last dollar, the 2 cents in your pocket, and the shoes on your feet. Like, people will give you these stories that will be like, I started from nothing and went here. That's great. That's amazing. I'm happy for those people who did it and were successful. It doesn't mean you can't do it, but just have some introspective. Just have a plan. Have a plan. And just understand that, like, it is okay to be a part-time agent. A lot of brokerages, a lot of places will just be like, it's either full-time or nothing. And I understand it and I get it, because your business will grow the more that you can put time and effort into it. That is a big thing, and you do want to be able to do that, but you also need to be able to come from a place that you can even comfortably give service and take care of people. Because if you're coming from a place of lack, you're not going to be able to take care of people the way that they need to be taken care of, because some people are ready to buy tomorrow, some people are not. Some people are ready to buy in 2 to 3 years. So if you can't pay your mortgage, and like you have like no backup spending, you're gonna be trying to push those 2 to 3 year people to buy tomorrow, and you're gonna be misleading them and just trying to get them to the finish line as quickly as possible as you can. And some people, like, if you were to take a step back and think about it, like, if it was you and you were buying a house, would you want your agent to provide you with the best information, the best like strategies, and the best way so you can get the lowest and best price on your home? Or would you just want someone to get you into a home and then you have to figure out like finances and everything for it later? Exactly. So like, you just need to be able to be the best version of you. And if you're someone who needs money, like, make sure you are taken care of first, because real estate really is like, it's a job where you have to be able to give to others. You have to be able to give your time. You have to be able to, you know, do gas. You have to be able to like really fully give. And if you're just not at that place in your life right now, do not sign up to be a real estate agent, because like, you will get to a point where you just won't feel good about yourself and you won't feel good about your business, and it's just going to you won't be able to grow up front. That you're gonna have to invest into your business. So that's another thing as to why, like, you need to have funds. And like I said, if you need to be that part-time agent, be that part-time agent, girl. Do the hustle, because like, real estate is a marathon. It is not a sprint. It is not a sprint. And so like, if you need to start off here and grow into this later, do that. Because when you get that paycheck, you need to make sure that you are putting aside money to invest back into yourself. back into your business. I know you hear it all the time, but until you actually experience it, you're not going to fully grasp it, if that makes any sense. And so basically, like, regardless of what brokerage you go to, you are going to have to put forth money, put forth that capital to make sure that you are continuously receiving business. So even if the brokerage has leads, when you do an open house for a brokerage, you have to be the person, like, if you want to provide snacks, if you want to provide a service, that's money you have to pay. Like I said, even if they have leads, maybe like you want to get your name out there, so you want to put out mailers, you have to foot that bill for all those mailers, all those stamps. Like, even if you want to go door to door and knock and do that and give out flyers, you need to be able to afford the gas to go door to door and afford the money to do those flyers. And if you want to attach goodie bags to those flyers, you got to afford that. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't just like go into it with your two pennies. And the stories that people have that they did that, I'm happy that it worked out for them. But just, again, truly think about yourself. Think about your circumstances and think about what's best for you, because like, it's going to all work out in the end. But don't put yourself in a situation right now where you're going to like not be able to do what you want to do and making yourself feel worse about everything, if that makes any sense. And next point is just going to be, do research about your brokerage, and as many brokerages as you need to. Do as much research as you need to, as you want to, because like, there are so many different brokerages out there. There are brokerages that give base salaries. I just found that out. There are brokerages that are only for apartment locating. There are brokerages that are have apartment locating and other stuff. Different brokerages give different things. There are different levels. There are teams out there that give more leads than other teams out there. And so there's so much. And if you need to start on a team, start on a team. I didn't know much about teams when I first started. All I heard when it came to team was like splits, less money. And honestly, like, when you're first starting out, like, if you're not making any money, it don't really matter. So like, do your research about teams and like what they give and what they have, because you may find that maybe you're better off on a team. And so, like I said, just circling back to my first point, like, do your research, really take some time and think this out. Don't just jump into real estate, because like, once you get in, you're in, and your money is gonna start depleting real quickly, because there are so many fees in real estate. There's dues, there's MLS, there's this, there's that, and I want you to have all of this stuff like listed out and just be more prepared than I was, so that way you have a better chance and a better time in real estate, because it's an amazing and it's a great job. But like I said, it is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You do not need to be top producer in your first year. If you are, sorry, my battery died. I love that for me. But I'm just going to go into my last point and then just wrap this up. I hope this video has made sense and has given you guys some advice. If not, leave a comment down below and I will refilm it, because I of course was kind of like rushing a bit because battery, baby, all of those things. But my last and final point is just going to be, it is okay to take a step back from real estate. If you are currently in it, if that's something that you're going through, if it's something that you later come across, and it's honestly just a season that I'm currently in, of just realizing and understanding that maybe this just isn't my time in real estate to be at the level that I want to be at in the future. Now, again, this doesn't mean that you quit forever. This doesn't mean that you throw in the towel forever. Real estate is a hard job. And like I've been saying throughout this entire video, it is a marathon, not a sprint. Real estate is sales, but it is a completely different type of sales. This business is a relationship business, and that's the biggest tip, advice, and thing that I can take away and that I can give to you. Make sure that you have relationships going into real estate, and make sure you're just someone who is ready and willing to make relationships going into real estate. Because like, as much sales experience as you may have, as much experience as you may think that you have going into this, if you are not a people person, if you don't have the time to be a people person, because anyone can be a people person, like I do not subscribe to the fact that like you have one personality trait for the rest of your life. That's just not what I believe in. I believe that anyone can be a people person, anyone can do anything that they set their mind to, but you just have to be able to have the time and the capabilities to do real estate. And like I said, just have some introspective, know yourself and know what you're capable of before you start this journey. Because like, it's okay if you can't. It's okay if you can't. And like, I personally just had to realize that, because I'm in a stage of, I'm in my motherhood journey. And as much as I love real estate and I love being able to like connect and be with people, I have to provide for my daughter, and I have to be there for my daughter, and I can't be, I need more stability. And I may talk about this in another video, in another thing, but I just wanted to come on here to just give someone advice who may be, like I said, a part of this, or just to give someone my hindsight 2020, learn from my mistakes type of experience. So yeah, I have to go because my battery is about to die on me again. I hope this made sense. Sorry again if the title was clickbaity. I'm not quitting real estate forever. I'm just taking a step back, but this is just the world we live in. Like, people don't care unless you say like dramatic things and make it seem like you, like, if I'm not like dying, no one gives a fuck. So yeah.
I hope you find your way. Sorry we couldn't make it.